Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our series of tutorial and voiceover on mercantile law. And we've been considering our topic factory workers. And there has been Factories Act 1934. And we have taken the definitions right now. In the previous video, I have shared many definitions of the same. And I continue with the definitions in this part of the video. Well, so far, under the factory workers, under the Factories Act 1934, we have given you the definitions of adolescent, we have given you the definition of adult, we have given you the definition of child, day, week, power, manufacturing process, and the definition of worker. And now in this video, I'll provide you the definition of factory, definition of machinery, definition of occupier, definition of relay and shift, and the definition of prescribed. I'll also talk about seasonal factory and some of the other details. Let's talk about the definition of the factory. Factory means any premises, including the precincts thereof, where on 10 or more workers are working or were working on any day of the preceding 12 months, and in any part of which a manufacturing process is being carried on or is ordinarily carried on, whether with or without the aid of power, but does not include mine, subject to the operation of mines, is there in 1923. So we do not consider, we do not add the concern of mining, because mining will be considered there in the Mining Act of 1923. Next, we have the definition of machinery. Machinery includes all plants whereby power is generated, transformed, and transmitted or applied. Next, we talk about the occupier. Occupier of a factory means a person who has ultimate control over the affairs of the factory, and where the affairs of a factory are entrusted to a managing agent, such agent shall be deemed to be the occupier of the factory. Relay and shift, where work of the same kind is carried out by two or more sets of the workers working during different periods of the day. Each of such sets is called a relay, and the period of and the period or the periods for which it works is called a shift. Prescribed. Prescribed means the prescribed rules made by the provincial government under this act. Seasonal factory, a factory which is exclusively engaged in manufacturing process of cotton ginning, cotton or jute processing, cotton pressing or jute pressing, decortication of groundnuts, manufacture of coffee, indigo, lac, rubber, sugar, including gur, or tea, or any manufacturing process which is connected with any of the aforesaid processes is a seasonal factory. The provincial government has the powers to declare any factory as a seasonal factory according to the rules of Section 4. Notice to the inspector. The occupier of the factory must at least 130 days before the work begins in any seasonal factory send to the inspector a written notice containing the name and the situation of the factory, the addresses to which communication relating to a factory must be sent, the nature of manufacturing process to be carried on, the nature and amount of power to be used, the name of the person who shall be the manager, the other particulars as may be prescribed. Inspection staff. The provincial government is authorized to appoint the inspector, chief inspector, additional inspector. Every district magistrate works as an inspector of the factory for his district. The inspector can exercise his power within his district. No person can act as an inspector or chief inspector if he is directly or indirectly entrusted in a factory or in any process or business carried on in the patent machinery.